Arthur Robinson's working life has been with the railways, but Arthur, who lives in Junee, a town which has had the railway as part of its life for over 50 years, doesn't forget about trains when he finishes work each day.
Arthur, the Southern Pacific Model Railway, it's housed in an old railway carriage.
That's right, yes.
Whereabouts was the train actually built?
Clyde Engineering Company in Sydney in 1906.
Many years ago, still going strong.
Well, some of them are, yes. Not too many though. The railway did condemn them, but it's mainly historical societies that use them now. It only cost me $20, so there's a bit of difference. But of course it's a lot older now, what the railways didn't want it. So I was able to buy it off the railways here in Junee.
How did your wife feel about having the train in the
backyard?
backyard?
It was partly her idea. She was quite happy, really.
She was?
Well, she doesn't mind trains. She tolerates them, put it that way.
She wanted somewhere for you to keep your trains, which wasn't in the house.
Keep them out of the house, because I was getting too much stuff. Yeah.
What was your first interest in trains?
Well, I've been interested more or less all my life. I can remember back as a little fella having a few clockwork trains. And it's only in the last 10 or 15 years that it's really got going properly as much as it is today.
Of course, you worked on the railways, so I guess that sort of encouraged you in your aims. Do you find much of it comes in useful, the knowledge that you gain from working on the railways?
Yeah, to a certain degree, yes. Oh, yes.
Have you noticed any changes in the rail system?
Oh, dramatically. I've been on the job over 20 years, and right back from the old steam days, you can see the change and the type of trains that are running. It's not only the engines, the type of trains themselves.
You prefer the old days?
Historically, yes, but on the practical side, well, you've got to move with the times, I think.
Do you have many visitors to the carriage
Yes,
itself?
last year I had over 700. Mainly in late October to early December, a lot of school groups. We had, in the 2 months last year, we had 500 kiddies and teachers pass through.
You call your collection Railroadiana, or that's the American term, I think.
Yes, it
sounds
is.
like a fairly American term to me.
Yes,
where do you collect everything from? Is it from all over the world?
Yes, virtually everywhere. There's, I have things in the carriage here from England, America, France, Honolulu, Japan, as well as most states in Australia. But I think the older the thing is, the more value I place on it.
It's really age. Anything particularly that stands out in your mind?
Well, I have a carriage key here that's over 100 years old. There's a railway ticket there that's 1906, used in Egypt.
The trains themselves, Arthur, what gauge are they?
Yeah. This is an N-gauge train. It's become popular in the last 7 or 8 years, and it's approximately half the size of the normal HO size trains. The HO is far more popular.
How many engines have you actually got?
There's 30 locos.
30 locos?
Yeah.
You can't run them all at once then?
No, some of them not even in going order, but most of them are.
And the carriages?
Well, the goods and passenger carriages, there's just over 200 of those sitting around there.
You could almost fill up the track with trains.
Well, this is the idea with the N-scale trains, N-gauge it should be. We can run scale-sized trains, whereas in the HO size it takes much more room to run a proper train.
The obvious question, rather, in people's mind would be how much did it cost to build it up?
Well, I've never worked out the correct figures, but I think there'd be something like about $2,500 there.
Tell me, Arthur, does your wife, whenever she receives visitors or phone calls for you, always say, oh, my husband's out the back playing trains?
No, not quite. They respect it for what it is, and they refer to it as the carriage.
I'll tell you what I've been looking forward to doing more than anything is to go and have a little run around with the train, so to speak. What would you say?
Yes,
do you think we can do that?
Oh, I think so, yes.